Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 2 of trigonometry. In this lesson, we're going to focus on finding missing side in right angle triangles. We are particularly going to focus on how to identify the hypotenuse, adjacent and opposite sides. And then how we can identify the correct ratio to find the missing side. Trigonometry is a study of triangles. Before we start the lesson, I want to give a quick feedback on yesterday's lesson. I understand pupils found it difficult in identifying the correct ratio or using the formula. Hence, this lesson I have broken it down. We have two tasks for today, which is one is completing a Google quiz, another one is worksheet. Let me explain it in detail. Before we start on example, here are some of the trigonometric functions: sine, cos, and tan. Use your calculator or a calculator on the Chromebook. Remember, you need to press on scientific when you're using the calculator on the Chromebook. Type in the answer, for example, sine 54. That would be pressing sine and then 54 degrees equal to. Once you get the answer, round your answer to three significant figures. 0, the first one is 0, which is not significant. First significant figure, second and third. Now similarly, press sine on your calculator or on Chromebook, and also 26 equal to, and then write your answer to three significant figures. Complete this on a piece of paper or on your exercise book. Press pause now. Here are the answers. Let's focus on labeling sides. We know the side opposite to 90 degrees is the hypotenuse, and that's the longest side. You're finding it harder to label the opposite side and the adjacent side. Now, trigonometry is used when an angle is involved. We can't use Pythagoras because it involves another angle apart from 90 degrees. Here we got an angle. The angle next to it is called the adjacent. The side opposite to the angle is called the opposite side. Now it's very important you start labeling the sides correctly. I repeat, start with 90 degrees, that's the hypotenuse. The angle given, which is theta, next to it is the adjacent, opposite to it is the opposite side. Make a sketch of these triangles in your exercise book or on a piece of paper. Once completed, you can go slide 5 to check your answers. I understand that this task is the same as last lesson. I have verified and went through labeling the sides. Using it, I want you to label the sides. Once you practice labeling, I want you to simultaneously open the quiz, which says Trigonometry Lesson 1, and start answering the quiz up to question 7. Once completed until 7, you can come back to the slide, continue the rest of the task, and once completed, you can go and finish the quiz. The reason I want you to do the quiz step by step is makes the task much easier. Press pause now and attempt the labeling and the quiz. Press play once you're completed. Go through the answers. We'll start with the hypotenuse. This is the angle marked, so that's the opposite side. And next to it is the adjacent side. Okay, that's the hypotenuse. The opposite to the angle, which is marked as opposite side, which is O, and the adjacent. Here are the rest of the answers. You may find it in slide 5 for your reference. Now you practice question on labeling the sides. Let's look at how you can identify the correct ratio. SOHCAHTOA. It's a very important phrase which helps you to work out the formulas. SOH, SOH, CAH, and TOA. Keep using the triangle to help you in solving the questions. Let's look at one of the first question. Here we are going to label the sides first. So that's the hypotenuse. That's the side opposite to the angle, which is O. That's next to the angle, which is A. Notice now I'm going to cross out H because there is no side given or there's no letter. So we don't require this. OA, SOH, AH, OA. So we have to select the ratio TOA, which is 10. Now we need to find out X, which is the opposite side. So I cross out or cover O, which gives me tan theta times A, which is, if they are over here, that would be multiplication. So tan theta, tan 52 degrees times 4 gives us the opposite side, which is 5.12. Using it as a reference, using that question as a reference, let's try the worksheet. I am going to complete the first question. Okay, it's another example which will enable you to complete the rest of the questions on the worksheet and on the Google quiz. Let's label them. That's the side opposite to the angle. That's the hypotenuse. Notice I haven't labeled this side because there's no letter or number given. I go back to identify what is the correct ratio. This involves O and H. O and H would be sine. We want to calculate O, so I cover O. which gives me the formula sine theta times h. So that will be sine theta, which is 35. The theta represents the angle, which is 35 degrees. Please make sure you put the brackets here, multiplied by the hypotenuse, which is 8. And this gives the correct answer in terms of finding out the opposite side, which is letter A. Using the two examples provided, please attempt one of the question. The questions are on slide 9 and the answers are given in slide 10 and 11 for your reference. Once completed on a piece of paper, ensure you complete the trigonometry quiz and the worksheet. I went through one of the questions with you. You are expected to complete the next 4 questions. I have reduced the number as some of the questions were difficult. Ensure you complete the quiz and the worksheet. Let me know if you have any questions.